Engineers risked their lives to erect the world's tallest bridge pillars, but now the real challenge was to connect them. During the construction of the world's tallest Millau Viaduct bridge in France, the engineers were stuck in a huge problem. Pre-built road sections had to be placed on top of these pillars. The weight of just one road section was equal to 25 locomotive engines, and there were a total of 8 such sections. There was no crane in the world capable of lifting 5,000 tons of weight up to a height of 800 feet. If cranes were placed on top of the pillars and the road sections were pulled, the pillars, due to their height, would easily collapse inward. The taller a pillar is, the weaker its top becomes. This issue was nothing short of a nightmare for the construction team. Because of this issue, the construction of the Millau Viaduct was facing delays, and with every passing day, the construction company was fined $30,000. Welcome back once again to Histo TV videos. The Millau Viaduct in France is the tallest bridge in the world, built in 2004 at a cost of 394 million euros. Standing at a height of 1,125 feet from the ground, it is considered a marvel in the world of engineering. It is 45 feet taller than the Eiffel Tower, and because it is so high, it often appears as if it is floating above the clouds. The engineering company that dared to build this bridge soon found themselves stuck in this project. In these valleys of France, landslides and 130 km/h storm winds were pushing their work from difficult to nearly impossible. Never before had such a tall 4-lane highway been constructed, and no one has attempted to build one since. Everyone knew that the Millau Viaduct did not just push the limits of engineering, it shook them. On the other hand, building this bridge had become a necessity for the French government. In 1980, the French government was very troubled by tourists traveling from France to Spain, especially during the holiday season. This traffic would pass through all the cities and cause jams on every city's roads. Especially in the city of Millau, which is located in a valley 1500 feet deep between the mountains, traffic was a huge problem. Vehicles coming from northern France had to first descend the zigzag roads down to the valley and then climb back up. This zigzag journey alone would take hours, and on top of that, traffic jams inside Millau would waste at least 6 extra hours. To facilitate tourists, the French government decided to build a motorway from Paris to Spain. The motorway could run straight from Paris to Millau, but at Millau there was a dead end, mountains 1500 feet high and the Tarn river passing through the valley. The only way to bypass this complicated terrain was to build a bridge almost as tall as the mountains themselves. But saying this was easy, doing it was nearly impossible. When this plan was being made in 1980, the tallest bridge in the world was California's Golden Gate Bridge. That too was a suspension bridge, and the height from water surface to road deck was just 250 feet, 6 times shorter than the mountains of Millau. Considering this, many experts said that a bridge at Millau could not be built, and even if such a tall bridge were built, it would be like inviting a major disaster. For years, the dream of building a bridge remained just a dream, but finally, when traffic jams became unbearable, the French government had no other option but to swallow this bitter pill. From design to construction, the engineering team faced 3 major challenges. First, to erect the tallest bridge pillars in the world on mountain slopes. Second, to place a 36,000-ton 4-lane highway on top of them. Third, to install steel pylons on top of the bridge deck, each of which weighed twice as much as an Airbus A380. And most importantly, all of this had to be done several hundred feet above the ground. For this work, the world's best architect, Lord Norman Foster, was hired. He was already world famous for his bridge designs. His job was to design a bridge that would be as delicate as a butterfly, but strong enough to withstand thousands of tons of weight and strong winds. Even the smallest design mistake could lead to disaster. After 2 years, when Lord Norman Foster's design was still on the drawing board, his reputation took a hit. A few years earlier, he had designed London's famous Millennium Footbridge. When this bridge was opened to the public in the year 2000, it started swaying badly just because of the movement of pedestrians. The bridge had a major but hidden design flaw. The bridge had to be closed for 1.5 years and repairs cost an extra £5 million. If a similar design flaw was discovered in the Millau Viaduct, which is 15 times taller, the disaster would be unimaginable. After years of hard work, Foster finally presented a brilliant design. A total of 7 pillars were designed, and the road deck would be in a curved shape. The challenge was not just to turn this design from paper to reality. The construction team that dared to take on this bridge was given a deadline of only 4 years. After the deadline, a fine of $30,000 per day would be imposed, about 2 million rupees per day. On October 2001, construction of the Millau Viaduct began. The bridge was designed to last for 120 years. Construction began with laying the foundations of the pillars, but soon geologists delivered bad news. They warned that the area had fractured limestone underneath, which meant that there were many empty spaces between the rocks. These cavities contained caves with a unique kind of bacteria, known as blue mold, used for making the world-famous Roquefort cheese. But what was perfect for making cheese was not perfect for building the foundations of the world's tallest bridge. Geologists warned that drilling and excavation could trigger landslides. Despite all these warnings, the foundation laying work began, and then what they feared happened. A major landslide occurred. This landslide buried the foundation of the first pillar, but luckily no major damage was done. The construction team stabilized the slope with cement and continued the project. To build the 7 massive pillars, about 200,000 tons of reinforced concrete was required, so a concrete factory was built on site. This reinforced concrete needed 16,000 tons of steel bars. If all the steel used in the Millau Viaduct was laid out straight, it would cover a distance of 4,000 kilometers from Dubai to China. The architect's design had now become a huge challenge for the construction team. At one point, they wondered whether they had made a mistake in taking this project. The problem was that the shape of the pillars was not uniform. They were wider at the bottom and narrower at the top. At one time, only 4-meter sections of each pillar could be built. A heavy steel mold would be made, concrete would be poured inside, then the mold would be removed and a different shaped mold would be attached for the next 4 meters. Just attaching and detaching these 15,000-ton molds was wasting a lot of time. This was a race against time. The casting of the pillars took 6 months longer than expected. But that wasn't the only problem. Each pillar's position had to be pinpoint accurate. If the base of a pillar was even 10 centimeters off, it would create a difference of 6 meters at the top, making it impossible to align the road deck. For this pinpoint accuracy, GPS technology was used. With the help of multiple satellites, the exact location for each pillar's foundation was determined, and even during casting, GPS was used to ensure that the top of the pillar was exactly where it should be. Days passed, months passed, and then years. By November 2003, all 7 pillars had reached their final height. Pillar number 2, 245 meters tall, had become the tallest bridge pillar in the world. But there was no time to relax. The next stage was even more difficult, placing a 2.5 kilometer long road deck at such a height. The total weight of this road deck was 36,000 tons, equal to 90 Airbus A380s. A single mistake during this process could cost human lives and millions of dollars. For context, 34 workers died during the construction of New York's Brooklyn Bridge, and 35 workers died during the 1970 Westgate Bridge collapse in Australia. Keeping these tragedies in mind, it was decided that the road would be built in steel sections. For this work, the help was taken from the Eiffel Steelworks located hundreds of kilometers away, the only company capable of building such massive steel sections. A total of 2,200 steel deck sections were made, all with different designs. Each section weighed 90 tons and was built with such precision that there wasn't even a hair's breadth of error. But the challenge was not just cutting and welding these sections, it was also transporting them hundreds of kilometers to the construction site. Roads were planned, police were taken on board, and the road sections were sent in convoys. In total, more than 2,000 convoys were required to safely deliver all sections to the site. The plan was to weld all the steel sections together and slide them onto the pillars, just like in normal bridge construction. But the Millau Viaduct was anything but normal. The gap between 2 to 50-meter tall pillars was 342 meters. If a 5-ton section was slid, it could collapse under its own weight midway due to lack of support. Even if it didn't fall, sliding such heavy sections could topple the pillars one by one. This was the nightmare staring at the construction team. Finally, they turned to physics for a solution. If you push a table from the center, it wobbles, but if you push it from both sides equally, it remains stable. Using this principle, it was decided to install a special system on top of the pillars that would lift and push the road sections forward in perfect sync so that the force would not be directly transferred to the pillars. Temporary steel structures were erected between the pillars at intervals of 170 meters to bear half the weight of the road section during sliding. This was a prototype system never tested before, and the future of the world's tallest bridge now depended on this untested system. February 26, 2003, the most important day for the construction team. Years of their hard work were to be tested on this single day. The strength of the pillars, the road section, and the hydraulic ramp system were all about to be put to the ultimate test. All hydraulic ramps had to lift and push the road section at the exact same speed. Even the slightest difference could put all the weight on a single pillar and collapse the entire bridge. Fortunately, the hydraulic ramp system worked perfectly. It took 2 whole days just to move the first 200-meter road section to pillar number 1. All this work was done only on days with calm weather, days when there was no chance of strong winds. The reason was simple. Strong winds could easily topple the bridge, especially when one end of a road section was left hanging in the air without support. In 1940, Washington State's Tacoma Narrows Suspension Bridge collapsed after it started swaying violently due to strong winds, just days after its opening. Days passed, road sections were gradually placed on top of the pillars. By May 2004, the road sections from both sides had been installed. Only the central section over the river was left. If this final section did not align perfectly, the entire effort would go to waste. This section was curved, so its perfect placement was extremely critical. The entire country of France was watching this live broadcast, and the French Prime Minister himself was present at the site. The button on the hydraulic ramp was pressed for the final time. For the first time in 4 years, the north and south road sections were connected with 99.9% accuracy. After connecting the road, 90-meter tall steel pylons had to be installed for extra support. Each pylon weighed 700 tons, and there were 7 such pylons. Installing such heavy pylons at such heights was being attempted for the first time in the world. The road deck of the Millau Viaduct alone weighs 40,000 tons. On top of this, asphalt was laid, adding another 10,000 tons and bringing the total weight to 50,000 tons. For perspective, that is the weight of 1,200 battle tanks or a large cruise ship.
To test its strength, 28 trucks were driven across it simultaneously. Surprisingly, the road deck, which was designed to bend by 50 centimeters, only bent 25 centimeters under the load. On December 16, 2004, the Millau Viaduct was opened to the public for the first time. It was the result of the construction team's tireless hard work. They not only successfully built the tallest bridge in the world, but also completed the project ahead of schedule, setting a new record. We hope you will like and share this Histro TV video. Thank you very much for your kind comments. See you in the next amazing video.